One voice.
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 This song's for everybody across the USA. If you want to see a change, hop on board this train and help us make a difference today. This song's for all the parents who believe in the PTA. All across this land, every woman and man, making our schools a better place.
Every child, one voice, across America makes a noise for the future generation who one day lead this nation to a kinder world, a safer place where walls fall down and dreams are made for our children's future. We have a choice with a PTA.
I'm Janice Kane, and I served as council president in 1993, 94, and a second year in 94, 95. And I am a founding member of the council.
My name's Brenda Menifee, and I was the president of the council from 1991 to 1992.
So you were the second council president, is that right?
I was.
Excellent. And were you one of the founding members as well? Did you help get it started?
I did. I was the president of the Colleyville Elementary PTA in the first year of the council formation, and I was involved just by default because of being the president of a local unit.
We actually had Grapevine Middle School opened up in its new facility, so that was an exciting time for us.
Pleasure of working with 3 superintendents in 2 years.
Also, the feeder pattern task force, which was a discussion about having a discussion.
Yeah.
But we got makerspace, we got the multi-purpose centers, we got the stadium, and then they started construction on Cannon Elementary.
Candidate forums are always a hot topic. Social media, recapture, of course, is something that's always a hot topic for us.
Well, back then we had our landlines at home. If there were cell phones around, it was very rare. And newsletters, written communication, but there was no technology, not like today. And
Back in the day, everything was done by hand, a phone call or a knock on the door. We kind of marvel at how much you all have now these days that we didn't have, and we still made it through and got a lot done. A lot of meetings in the workrooms at all the different schools to help with projects. And again, just a lot of phone calls and knocking on the door. So we got to see each other a lot more probably than you guys do.
And we sat down to work at how we would add Facebook. That was a big deal.
So we were the PTA council that started our first website, council website, so people could go there to get information and, access information about what was going on.
Facebook was non-existent. There was controversy at the schools. The kids all took their pagers into school, and the teachers didn't want the pagers. They had figured out how to turn the numbers upside down and write text messages. It's kind of the start of the whole thing. So teachers were collecting pagers, and parents wanted their kids to have pagers at school for communication. The teachers were just starting to email parents, but communication between PTA members was by email.
Being a leader of volunteers is a challenge because there really isn't a lot of accountability that you can assert. So certainly you have to kind of lead by example and also try to motivate people with a lot of positivity and continually pointing out
the benefits, not only to themselves as leaders, but also to their children.
The biggest challenges probably were helping to pick a new superintendent, because I think all of us recognize the importance of leadership at the top, and the quality of people that you have in our administration is important. So, and then representing all the campuses so that they all got a voice.
GCISD. We have some amazing staff, administration, and parent population that are passionate about their campus.
We underestimated the competitiveness of some of our locals in our receipt race, which is a good thing. When you put $10,000 in play, it was a great partnership with City of Colleyville.
Favorite memories, probably all the planning that goes behind Founders Day. Putting it all together, researching, getting the kids to come and participate on stage, and that was always fun.
Was the Dr. Siegler, who was the superintendent of our school district, retired that year, and we gave him a party, and we had a great time seeing him off into retirement. And the master of ceremonies was the beloved Riney Jordan, who I'm sure no one knows now, but he was just wonderful. He was in charge of communications for the school district, and he was just a great guy. So everyone loved Riney.
We started the Chic Boutique in my tenure. We had been given the portable out back at the administration building for our meetings and storage, but we didn't really like meeting out there, and it was inconvenient for people to come out to the portable. So we just used it for storage. And Lisa Pardo had the idea of the Chic Boutique and came to the council and myself and said, will you support me? Can I run it through the council, and can I have use of your portable? And so we did. We set it up, and
Great. One of my first meetings, I actually passed out during the meeting. So my first vice president had to take over. And what they did was they just sort of pushed me aside on the floor, called the school nurse to come out, and then called my husband, who came and picked me up and took me to the doctor. But that kind of went with me all throughout my PTA days. Even when I was council president, everybody was like, okay, so when are you gonna pass out? And everybody.
One personal memory that I have, while I was council president, we lost 4 out of 6 of our parents. And when my mother passed away, right before the beginning of my second year as council president, it's good to have past council presidents on your board because they understand. And so my friend Darlene Bodish secretly invited everyone to wear my mother's favorite color to our first meeting. And so everybody, including Dr. Ryan and Karen Deacon, our board trustee at the time, all wore blue. And that was very memorable for me, and I much appreciated.
Special ways, and one of the ways that I was mentored was by Dr. Ryan in the monthly meetings that we had over the duration of the 2-year term that I served. And he is an amazing strategic thought partner and collaborator. And it was
Gotta say, I was the chairperson for the 93 bond, and if you don't know, that was the building of a second high school. That was controversial, but very rewarding too.
I also just enjoyed meeting everyone that I could. All the principals, the teachers, the kids, the schools. That was kind of one of my favorite memories, was going around to the different buildings.
So we would go down to Austin for the summer leadership and summer conference, and we might party a little too much. We were known to sing and dance, and I won't say that dancing on the tables were involved. But if anybody has pictures, please don't share those. But
Don't sweat the small stuff. You know, everything comes together in the end, and just don't sweat it.
I think the biggest thing, I'm not sure it's as much as learning as a deeper confirmation that no one spends as much time with our kids as educators do, and that they are there for the heart of it, I believe.
I think how the council continues to evolve into something that was greater than it used to be.
We probably just would laugh, how things turn out always, because we all have to understand people care about their kids, and that's why they have their concerns.
But sitting in president's training, people would talk about, well, we're doing this and this, and we just can't quite connect with our district. And I realized how fortunate we are right here. We take it for granted because it's always been that way, to have such a fantastic connection with not only our local district leadership, but our district-wide leadership, and they are so accessible. And I think that makes all of our PTA jobs so much easier. I mean, being where we are today is part of that.
Is the value of parents in education. We are a public school district, and parents play such a vital role in the success of our district. Our teachers.
Keep your friends close, have them help you out, delegate, and don't sweat the small stuff.
I think one piece of advice is don't be afraid to try something new.
Best position ever. Just have fun, enjoy meeting everybody. You will gain more knowledge on our school district than you ever thought you could. And just learning how the different schools run was, to me, one of the most amazing things, and the principals and the kids.
What I would say, my best advice would be to set big goals. Remember why you're setting those big goals, and put good people in place and trust them to do their jobs. And we've got great people that will be there for you.
I have very much enjoyed my time as council president. I'm so appreciative of all the PTA volunteers whom I can count on every day for 1,000 different things that we need to get our work done. I'm also so appreciative for the support of our district administration and our campus administration. As you know, that partnership is what ensures that we have the best schools for our children. And I just want to say to all of you past presidents out there, I am very, very proud that we are carrying on the tradition that you began 30 years ago. Thank you.